Hello and welcome to Musical Soup. My name is John Darst and I'm your host. This show is designed to showcase the talent up here in the White Mountains. To begin our show, we have a great singer, songwriter, and guitar player. It's my pleasure to present my friend, Ryan David Orr.
My name is Ryan David Orr, and I'm based out of Lakeside, Arizona. And I'm originally from Oregon, and I moved around quite a bit growing up and throughout my life, and I've been calling the White Mountains home for about 10 or 12 years now. My mother lived here for a number of years. She passed away a few years ago, and most of my family is in they're mostly West Coast, California, Oregon, Washington, and then I have some family back east, like Wisconsin area and stuff like that.
How loud and I know it's you, screaming about all your bedroom blues with your curtains down, waking up the whole town. Give her one kiss for the trouble now, two to keep her close enough to wonder, is it a blunder? 1,000 bolts of lightning with no thunder. But quit your crying now, you will not escape this noise, ruining all these sentimental, sad and silly boys. But we built this city on rock and roll, and we never explain our lies, and we fool ourselves about ourselves who can't look you in the eyes. And you stand up, holding your hands up and throwing your voice, and no one can remember your name. You just laugh when you're nervous and they're all annoyed, and you can't remember why you came. Just put on your mask and your elegant garments so that you won't recognize you. You won't recognize you. You won't recognize you. You won't recognize you any more than we do. Let's turn around and get out of here. We don't owe you a goddamn thing, so just disappear. It's clear that you're not listening. You seem bolder than you need to be, with the hair up on your back and fighting to be bigger than the qualities you lack. Well, yes, we've all seen better days. We've all seen better days, ruining all these sentimental, sad and silly ways. But then lo and behold, the front's not old, a shiny new facade. All of these scattered ants and animals trying to be God. And you stand up, holding your hands up and throwing your voice, and no one can remember your name. You just laugh when you're nervous, 'cause they're all annoyed, and you can't remember why you came. Just put on your mask and your elegant garments so that you won't recognize you. You won't recognize you. You won't recognize you. You won't recognize you. No, in this stripped down notion, like an opening hand, it begs more, give me more. I need all you can handle, with your big mouth flapping out your terrible plan to be the best thing that ever, 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 ever happened. And you stand up, holding your hands up and throwing your voice, and no one can remember your name. You just laugh when you're nervous, 'cause they're all annoyed, and you can't remember why you came. put on your mask and your elegant garments so that you won't recognize you. You won't recognize you. You won't recognize you. You won't recognize you.
I first started really playing when I was about 7. I started playing violin, and that's kind of where I got my foundation for like theory and stuff like that. And then I started singing in choirs, and then I kind of I played violin for 5 or 6 years, and then I focused mostly on singing, and then I started getting into rock music and indie music, and started wanting to play guitar and play, you know, big rock songs and stuff. So then that kind of switched. My mother was a folk singer, so the acoustic guitar thing was always around. I was always hearing, you know, folk songs and acoustic songs, and so that's kind of where I always go back to. My dad told me this story one time, probably 7 or 8 years ago. He took me to see an African drumming ensemble, or like an ensemble that was playing traditional African instruments on the University of Oregon campus, and I think I was like 3 years old, and I went with him, and they played this music, and I guess I was really into it, and after they were done, I went up to like the leader and started asking him, what does this do? How does this work? And I asking him all these questions about stuff, and he turned to my dad and he said, in my village, these are the ones we teach music to. And so that was, I don't really remember that, but that was a cool story my dad told me that I was like, oh wow, that's neat.
All the sad, sickened daughters longing for the cool summer shade in the yard. Walk on if you wanna, there just ain't enough shimmer left in the stars. With the screaming cicada, all the world is so loud. If you're gonna leave early, you better not tire yourself, 'cause you gotta be strong, gotta keep on if you decide to go out. 200 years laid down behind us. Our daddies were born on the floor of this house. My blood stained the stones in the field. And I am a man and I stand on my own. And I don't beg and I won't steal. Like so many raindrops, all of my years seem to sink in the ground. And the hope that the rains brought no more than an answer that cannot be found. I hear a voice in the church scream, I live by my own hand. If it's gonna get harder, you better not lay down and die, 'cause whomever you grieve, you should believe that they can see you stand. 500 years laid down behind us, and our daddies were born on the floor of this house. My blood stained the stones in the field. And I am a man and I stand on my own. And I don't beg and I won't steal all of these careful offerings that line the stones. A blessed home to be for all you insatiable men with calloused hands and grander plans than me. 2,000 years laid down behind us. Our daddies were born on the floor of this house. My blood stains the stones in the field. And I am a man and I stand on my own. And I don't beg and I won't steal.
I kind of came to a crossroads right after high school. I was like, do I stick around and go to college here? Do I go out west? I was living in North Carolina. I graduated high school in North Carolina. And I was, you know, do I go to college here now? Do I go out west and play rock music? And so I opted to go out west and play rock music. And so I moved out to Oregon and started playing in bands and playing solo shows. But my goal was to be in a rock band and play these rock songs that I had been writing for a number of years. And so I finally hooked up with some people that were into playing these songs, you know, just a typical like 2 guitars, drums, bass, rock band. And we, after kind of putting together an album and stuff like that, we moved to New York, where the guy that owned the record label we were with, and the guitar player for the band was from New York. So we moved out to New York, played in New York for a while in a band. That's where I kind of decided I wanted to pursue solo stuff more, and then moved from New York to Arizona. So that's kind of, and then once I got here, I didn't know anybody. So I was playing solo gigs and playing solo shows and just trying to make something happen with you know, original music.
And this is just a shot, sugar, so don't you put your money on me. This is just a shot, sugar, so don't you worry about it no more. 17 bales of backlogged Levi's, bundled up snug in a mess of hair ties. The sweetest of the children here grew up angry. And this is just a shot, sugar, so don't you put your money on me. This is just a shot, sugar, so don't you worry about it no more. Right now, heaven wasn't close enough. I had to pull the clouds right now. Heaven wasn't close enough. I had to pull the clouds right now. Heaven wasn't close enough. enough, I had to pull the clouds right down. Heaven wasn't close enough, I had to pull the clouds right down. Heaven wasn't close enough, I had to pull the clouds right down. Heaven wasn't close enough, I had to pull the clouds right down. Heaven wasn't close enough, I had to pull the clouds right down. Heaven wasn't close enough, I had to pull the clouds right down.
When I first moved here, which was over 10 years ago, there weren't as many musicians as there are now. And there were a lot of musicians, but I didn't know anybody, and so I didn't really have any ins, and I didn't really have anybody to play with yet. And so it was just kind of a hit the ground running type thing, like just going pounding pavement, trying to get shows and places and play in bars or whatever. And so it was kind of out of necessity that I started playing solo. I've always loved playing in bands, if it's the right mix of people, you know, if it's the right vibe, mentality, that kind of stuff.
If you are really there, then listen to me now. It took an hour just for me to settle down. They told me to be patient, to keep my hands to myself. But look at the stories they sell. I couldn't see her face no matter where I read. The ad laden cover page was brief in what it said. They know that no one seemed trouble. The spirit was broken in vain. But we cannot make them understand if we're not open, and words will never save a man if left unspoken, or you can't afford to linger on, as if we didn't notice something real is gone. My kingdom for a picture of you as you sleep is one eye open, is your breathing very deep. When can you say that enough is enough is enough? Nobody really plays for keeps. Well, somebody's baby had to walk before she crawled. Somebody's silhouette is sneaking through the hall. Somebody's writing the words to a story we'll read, so that we don't feel small. But we cannot make them understand if we're not open, and words will never save a man if left unspoken. We can't afford to linger on, as if we didn't notice something real is gone. And I don't wanna turn around and just pretend that if I didn't see it, then there's nothing wrong.
I like playing rock music, I like indie bands, I like folk music. I mean, I like a lot of different genres, and I dabble in a lot of different genres, but I think that's kind of mostly what I do. Again, it's like I kind of dabble in in other instruments here and there. I put down violin a long time ago, but I intend to pick that back up at some point and focus more on that. Instruments to me have always been kind of like they're tools for, I love to build a song, or I love to create a song or an album, and so those are the tools. And so you just kind of use, you know, it's like if you hear something like, oh, this would sound good with this, well, then put that on it, you know. I've never been like a virtuoso at any instrument or anything. I'm not a Jimi Hendrix or anything like that. It's just always been, you know, taking the tools and building something great with them has been my goal.
felt you shiver in the snow, with beads of moonlight peppered on the road. And the fall had left its fingernail scratches all over the trees, and how this tickle in my skin could pull me light years back to thee. And the most important moment was when I felt you shiver. Help me know how to fight the fading of the day back into night, the beauty of the air outside this visceral cocoon is the illuminated breathing of the cherubim in bloom. And I still envision your radiant design. Light becomes you, all I see and all I feel. Light becomes you, all I see and all I feel. Light becomes you, all I see and all I feel. Light becomes you, all I see and all I feel. Light becomes you, all I see and all I feel. Light becomes you. It's all I see. It's all I feel. Light becomes you. It's all I see. It's all I feel. Light becomes you, and it's all I see. It's all I feel. Light becomes you, and it's all I see. It's all I feel.
I think I would just want them to listen and be affected by it. I think I would just want them to maybe hear something that maybe helps them, that helps their perspective somehow, heals them somehow, makes them happier, makes them cry if that's what they needed, makes it, some way that that it can affect people in an ultimately positive way. I think the really powerful and important thing about art is that it keeps the dialogue going, it keeps the conversation going, and so I think I would just want people to keep that going.
Texaco by the old railroad at the station was fading in the bright sunlight, and I couldn't get the red just right. And all the tulip boys on summer vacation were leaning on a Rambler's hood. They were cussing just because they could. I saw your long brushstroke legs step into rhythm, something only you could hear, 'cause you would never let them near. And as you passed, you had your head cocked back, you were laughing just before you went inside, but I couldn't get the colors right. Well, maybe I'm lost, maybe it's crazy, but I'm quite sure I love you. And I'll hold your heart safe in my heart if you say you want me to. Foolish clowns had the downtown carnival crowded, stirring up a frenzied scene and making all the children scream. I looked for you where the chestnut grew through the sidewalk. You said it was your favorite tree, 'cause your family sowed that seed. And you believed in love and pain and resignation, and you were gonna be someone and never ever hold your tongue. I had so much to say to make you understand me, and I was gonna change your mind, but I couldn't get the colors right. Well, maybe I'm lost, maybe it's crazy, but I'm quite sure I love you. And I'll hold your heart safe in my heart if you say you want me to, that you want me to. But if your heart is broken, well, baby, take mine. And I swear if you're drowning, I would give up my life. If you're afraid of what's spoken, well, let me just try one more time. 'Cause maybe I'm lost, maybe it's crazy, but I'm quite sure I love you. And I'll hold your heart safe in my heart until all of time is through.
Well, I'm working on a new album right now. I don't have a release date yet for it, but you can go to ryandavidorr.com and you can get all the updates there, and there are links to all of my social stuff on Facebook and Reverb Nation and Twitter and pretty much anywhere that there's social networking and music happening. I'm in there somewhere. You can find the stuff on iTunes and Spotify. But I'll be going. I'll be on tour in Germany this June for like the month of June, and then I'll come back and kind of knuckle down on trying to finish up a lot of the record, and then I'll be playing some shows. I just started playing music with a couple other guys, and we'll probably be playing some shows throughout the year, and then. This album I really want to take some time with, so that's why I don't have a release date. But then with my rock band, The Brighter Still, we'll probably release another 6 or 8 song EP sometime in the next year. So yeah, that's what's happening.
Thank you for being with us here on Musical Soup, and thanks again to Ryan David Orr. I would love to hear from musicians and music lovers out there. You can email me at jdarstmusic@gmail.com. There's more music to come, so we'll see you next time on Musical Soup, live and local.
Thoughts are bouncing